Yeah, this was crazy. By the way, I retweeted this. Um, yeah. By the way, I'm definitely going to be meeting with some of the families out here in Jersey for sure. Okay. In the 12 months of 2022, 1,598 athletes suffered a heart attack. 1,100 of them died. Between 1966 and 2004, 1,100 athletes died. Read that again if it didn't sink in. I think if you know what, like, 2022 was, crazy time. There was a lot of experimental vaccines going around, and I was one of the people to stand up to that pharmaceutical industry and some of the quote unquote doctors and experts, and really let them know that I was calling bullshit on some of their data collection points, or they said that they were releasing it 80 years in the future. And as a healthy person, I didn't feel like I needed it. And this isn't any slight or any shade to anybody that decided to get the vaccine. But during that time, I was called all type of names. I was called, what I'm saying? Like, I was called all type of names. I was belittled. My intellect was questioned. I was called crazy. A few people told me to retire. Some people told me that I would never play in the NBA again. The world was looking a little bit different. And at the cost of that, and it wasn't just athletes losing their lives. I want to say rest in paradise, and I honor all you guys' transitions with God, all those people that lost their lives, you know what I mean? And during COVID and during that whole situation, because there were healthier alternatives, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not saying it's me trusting science or anything. It's just there were healthier options. And I'm praying that everybody at home, if your family member has dealt with an injury from that stuff, I pray that they get healing. But for all those that transitioned, unfortunately, I pray for you every day. But to all those that didn't get it and decided that I'm gonna stay inside, I'm gonna quarantine, and I'm just gonna go about my day, go about my life. I don't feel like I need this. Then I want to give a big shout out to you guys, because a lot of you guys lost your jobs, a lot of you guys lost opportunities, you lost friends, you lost family members, you were called the black sheep of the family, you were called a conspiracy theorist, you were called all things underneath the sun. And I want to let you know I felt for you. And it's a crazy time, and we can talk about it now, but during the time, when it was going on in 2022, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? This was part of the reason that my Brooklyn departure looked kind of even more crazy. Like, it was nuts. You know what I mean? And I had to sit in this seat. I wasn't allowed to come around the team. I was a risk, right? I was a heavy risk. I had people telling me to go get it, telling me to, basically just take the money and run. And I could have lied, right? And just freaking got it and just didn't tell anybody. But, I decided to stand on my principles. I don't have to follow anybody or any crowd. You know what I'm saying? They really tried me. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not mad at it. But me telling the truth, this generation will know what happened. You know what I'm saying? My tribe was really there for me. I want to shout out to all you guys that really rocked with me throughout that time, because that's when I feel like, the narrative around me started to shift. It was started to shift prior to that, because I wasn't making all the best decisions. I definitely wasn't emotionally stable. Emotionally stable doesn't mean I was going crazy. It just means I had a lot going on. Little do you guys know, and this is just a personal thing, during all that COVID stuff too, and just early in the years, I was making sure I could see my daughter. I was making sure that I was being a better father to her. And that was the only time I really thought about leaving the game of basketball, is when, I was fighting for my daughter. And, I just wanted to make sure that she understood that, my family is my priority. She's my priority. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, I went through a crazy time. And I felt like, people were taking advantage of me. They were able to spin a narrative about me. And I had to outgrow that, right? I had to outgrow that moment. But what it taught me was, I have the capacity to do a lot, but I can't do it all. Right? I can't stand up for everybody and then expect me to recharge every single night. Like, I got to make space for myself. And Basketball is truly important to me. It is an asset. It is a vessel for me. It is, it's a vehicle to bring me different places in the world, but it's not everything. My family is like part of my everything. You know what I mean? Like my passions outside the game of basketball are like my everything, like writing and reading and making music and reading and reading and reading. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff matters to me. So when I was dealing with all that stuff, it was tumultuous. It was traumatic. I had to go and get therapy. I had to go get help. And I want to shout out to all you guys that are in this chat. Happy Men's Health Awareness Month, or Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm praying that all you guys, all you men in this chat, all you young men in this chat, elder men in this chat, that you go and get the help that you need. There's no reason for you to be struggling out here. Obviously, for my women too, I want y'all to get the help you need too, right? If you need it, I care about y'all just as much. But for us, for the guys today, make sure you checking on your mental health. Make sure you check on your bro's mental health. There's a lot going on out here that affects us. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of family stuff, a lot of things that we probably see online. But please, please, please take the time to just check in with your folk. Check in with your brothers. Check in with your pops. Check in with your grandfather, because they went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot. So I'm really giving a shout out to you guys that reached out to me on Twitter, reached out to me on Instagram, reached out to me in real life, gave me dap, gave me hugs, and told me that I am that dude, and I'm standing on the right things. Because I needed those confirmations. Little did you guys know. If I met you in person, I just want to say thank you for the hugs. I want to say thank you for the reception. You gave me nothing but love, and that's all I can give back to you now. That's why I'm staying consistent on this. That's why I'm choosing to speak about the things that happened to me. Because during this time, right, if we go back, this could have been avoided, in my opinion. This could have been avoided. I don't think that this should have been a requirement for athletes. Look how many athletes we lost, right? I care about everyone else, by the way. I'm just saying, just look, this could have been avoided. Don't get me started on the names that are responsible for this either. They made billions of dollars off of this shit. Billions. These companies made billions off of this, and they're still trying to convince us to do more with this. Like, what are we talking about here? Life is truly a gift. We all get to experience together. I'm grateful for you all. Appreciate you, bro, in the chat. But this could have been avoided, all right? All right. Shout out to Punch TDE as well. Make sure y'all at him. Empires were built on the facts of liars, on the backs of slaves. They set my soul on fire. See, that's shout out to Punch, TDE, man. Kendrick on a heck of a run, by the way. Yeah, like Kendrick is 101, bro. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Like, and I know y'all saw that. Did y'all see that video of Samuel L. Jackson saying he didn't know what was going on at the Super Bowl? I swear he capping. I swear he capping. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Punch, shout out to whole TD, shout out to K-Dot, J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole team. Yvonne, shout out all of them. All right. Wish that I can heal and one day give my soul some rest. That was deep for DeMar, man. I had to retweet that because he definitely hit it right on the head, man. I know he's dealt with some of his own mental health steps that he had to take, and he's gotten better since then. But giving your soul some rest, man, I definitely understand where he's coming from. And then this is James Baldwin. If I love you, I have to make you conscious of the things you don't see. Message. Okay, you guys can see this. If your religion tells you to slaughter 50,000 children, maybe you're just a psychopath. That didn't just apply to one religion. That applied to every religion. That's the thing. Is like that applies on a universal scale. There should, like, our faith should not be telling us like, hey, we need to get rid of these people. Like, come on, man. Message. Okay.
Getting separated. You ever wonder why we say not to split the pole? It's not just a superstition. It's memory. Don't split the pole. It's a tradition passed down through the generations.
Loud, yo.
I can hear my Nana chastising me right now. Back in the day, we had to stay together. Always. Getting separated. That could mean never seeing each other again. One brother went one way, and he never came back. Sometimes all it took was a few steps apart, and that was it. So we made a ritual. Bread and butter, stick like glue, a small way to keep close when the world tried to pull us apart. Some things we remember because they kept us alive. Learn more. You ever wonder why we say not to split?
Senator Lindsey Graham wrote on X, "Hope Greta and her friends can swim." Your response?
We can swim very well. It says a lot about their priorities that in the face of genocide and systematic starvation of 2 million people, lawmakers, elected officials whose responsibility it should be to serve the people and to protect the people, that they, rather than ending their complicity in genocide and the mass slaughtering of civilians, are focusing on mocking people who are at least trying to do their bits. I think that says everything we need to know about their priorities.
And finally, your message to Palestinians who perhaps have read about or heard about your voyage or awaiting your arrival. What is your message to them?
My message to them would be that we stand behind you in every step of the way. We are standing in solidarity with you. We see you. And I am also my deepest apologies on behalf of the outside world, especially the Western world, that we continue to betray you and that more people are not stepping up. But I promise that at least we here will try our very...
All right, bro. Hold our elected officials accountable. That is going to be the hashtag. Hold our elected officials accountable. This is Accountability Inc. LLC, you guys. You know? This is this is our job. This is our earth. Nobody owns earth, bro. Nobody owns earth. Nobody. Nobody owns earth. I'm telling you. See.
Has crossed a line and has gone too far, is wrong and has to stop. The facts in Gaza are hard to come by. As the BBC's Jeremy Bowen said, Israel won't let him or anybody else in because they probably want to hide what they're doing. We have enough evidence from the medics, the volunteers, the footage and testimony to understand that one of the world's most advanced militaries is inflicting death and suffering on an inhuman scale. If that's a Hamas talking point, ask yourself why so many of Israel's allies, 2 former Israeli prime ministers, and many of Israel's staunchest supporters are now using it. Do we hold Israeli officials to a higher standard than Hamas? Well, yes, of course we do. Otherwise, what was the point of the war? It was a conflict waged against killing with impunity, against civilian suffering, and against the hateful disregard for human life. I will continue to hold people on all sides to account, as you'll see in a moment. But the uncomfortable truth right now is that the biggest driver of anti-Israel propaganda is the Israel government itself. Well, joining me now on this...
Yeah. So I know different people have their take on Piers Morgan. I have my own thoughts. I'm not... let me make sure I'm responsible with my words here. I'm not going to disrespect a change in stance ever, because I think intelligence is about learning consistently and realizing you don't know anything at all. I'm someone that has gone through a lot in my life, so it's pretty easy to see through a lot of the bullshit out here. You know what I mean? And that's maybe like a gift that was given to me. Especially when you learn about what your family has gone through. It almost looks like when you see repetitive behavior happening to other groups, you have to stand up and say something. I've been seeing a bunch of things like black people need to stay out of other people's causes or revolutions and stuff like that. And I didn't agree with that either. You know, because I see some of these Twitter spaces, and I'll see ads on Twitter, and I'll see people just, you know, blatantly saying things that are so untrue or don't, you know, mirror exactly what the intent is behind the actual cause and what's happening. Again, I just think that this needs to be talked about a lot more, not only from Pierre's, but also the guests that he's brought on. I like this monologue here, but at the same time, it is a little late. But he's here. I think he's finally arrived where, he's actually able to articulate, some of the facts without it discrediting other human beings' lives. There is a war going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the expert on it. I'm not the politician that's telling you to do this or do that. I'm just another human being out on earth that has a position on this earth of like social influence and able to speak up and advocate for things. But there is no right remedy, for our media to just get back on track and get back to the truth. Like, I don't know the remedy right now, but I know a lot of media members, a lot of legacy media members, also politicians, they're switching sides and they want to be on the right side of history. So I can't condemn that. You know what I mean? If they're changing their stances, but I can say that this isn't going to be a sexy rebrand for certain people. It's not going to be a sexy rebrand at all. I don't even know if there is a rebrand. It's mainly like you are either pro or you are anti. There is no difference. But I think holding our elected officials accountable in very fair and equal ways where they are able to uphold the version of democracy that's supposed to be in the American society we live in, they need to hold up their standards and their morals to another place. And again, I'm not criticizing them, but I'm just telling them that people voting for them, they expect more. I can never sell my soul for money, fame, or success, so I have nothing to gain here. I just want to share this with my tribal members, the people that are tuning in, right? That this is not going to be a sexy, this is not going to be a sexy media run for certain people. This is not. Shout out to Miss Rachel as well. I saw this. You know what I'm saying? I love current events, by the way, because now like we could literally talk about this stuff. But it's just these current events. Miss Rachel says she'll risk career to advocate for children in Gaza. W's Miss Rachel, brother. W's Miss Rachel in the chat, you guys, for real. Please at her and tell her I love her, and I'm praying for her. No one should have to risk your career, basically saying, hey, I want to make sure the kids are living fairly. And like that shouldn't be a big ask, and it's unfortunate that she's had to deal with the pushback and the cancel culture that's come her way. But the more that the world opens up and the more that it grows, the more that these conversations are going to be normalized. You shouldn't be condemned for advocating for peace and for the rights, the human rights of others to be recognized. And the fact that she got criticized like this, and then you got all these, legacy media companies coming out. I have my own relationship with the media and the legacy media. I honestly think that it's changing for the better because a lot more of them are getting fired and getting exited out of the industry. They deserve to be, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm not hating on anybody, but a few people just deserve to get like a respectful exit out of this because they're clearly paid and bought. All their voices are paid and bought, all the people that came and condemned, Miss Rachel, I don't know who they are, but I'm saying that you're condemning somebody for basically saying like, hey, I just want to make sure the children live. Like, there's not, it's just baffling to me, It's baffling. But on to the next thing. These brave activists are putting their lives in danger to deliver food and humanitarian aid to starving Palestinians. The Israeli government must stand down in the blockade and stop using starvation as a weapon. I think that's pretty straightforward. It's amazing that, this doesn't make it to the world stage, Yeah, man. To be a history PhD student concentrating on African-American history and witnessing the amount of misinformation spewed on social media, particularly on TikTok, literally disturbs me. Black historians are literally needed every day and remain important pillars in our communities. This is a fact. I think it's only 12 states. I don't want to guess here, but I think it's only 12 states right now that are teaching Black history, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know. But yeah, this is very important. History is told by the victors of history, and to change it over and over again to make it seem like, things went a certain type of way or events went a certain type of way for your benefit, that's the wrong approach. But it's happened over history, right? These are just the facts. We've had cultures of people come in and just try to completely destroy someone else's history. That's what comes with war. That is the unfortunate circumstances and consequences of war, especially wars that just last for ages. But we need more African American studies. We need more Afrocentric studying going on because we're here to help the world. I don't know if a lot of people notice, but just people in this particular vessel with this skin tone, we've invented a lot of things that have helped out the world. Like just imagine if you give all the resources to the most rhythmic people in the world. Like I just imagine if you give all the resources to the most rhythmic people in the world. I'm not saying other humans don't have rhythm, but there's that natural DNA encoding that I can't necessarily explain. It's just in me, right? A beat come on, I don't need to try to get on beat. I just naturally am on beat. That's not a shade to anybody. I'm just saying when the music comes on, I know how to, hey. I know how to bop. I know how to rock. I know how to dance. I know how to express myself through movement. This is my communication, right? This art form with this vessel. I know how to communicate my struggles and my pain through movement. I had to learn that because of rhythm, right? The rhythm of the world, right, is like a heartbeat. You can feel it. You can tune into it. These may sound like what the fuck is Kai talking about? But to those that know, you know what I'm talking about. That rhythm of the heartbeat on a drum, and you're dancing out with your brothers and sisters. Let's say, like the closest thing, a lot of people like from the West call it like a powwow. All right, when people get the dancing, it's like, just imagine a powwow times 100. Like, you know what I mean? The world deserves that. The world needs to heal so we can feel that. But in order to heal that, you got to admit that these things are happening so they don't happen again. We can't allow them to do this. You know what I'm saying? It can't happen. So let's keep going.
Can I please ask your name and your language group?
My name is Gabriel, and I'm from Jarijan community. And my language group is Bangal Bangal. My name is Felancy.
By the way, what?
Party, and I'm from Broome.
Hello, my name is Tariana. I'm from Jarijan, and my language group is Body.
Hey, by the way, y'all see me smiling? I can't wait to go back to Australia, dog. I'm about to be out there with my family like a mug, dog. I really have family members all around the earth. This is crazy.
My name is Timona, and I'm from Jarijan.
Beauty in Australia.
My language is Body. My name is Ara Hayes. I'm from Fitzroy, and my language group is Walmajari. Thank you.
My name is Zia. I'm from Fitzroy. My language is Walmajari.
My name is Kiara, and I'm from Fitzroy, and my language group is Bonoba.
My name is Nevada. I'm from Fitzroy, and my language is Walmajari.
Hey, I'm Nelson Baker. I'm Nigana, and I'm from Broome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Try.
My name is Holly Green, and I'm from Fitzroy Crossing. My language group is Bonoba.
Try.
Sancha from Fitzroy Crossing, and I'm part of the Walmajari group, and heaps of other language groups.
Hello, my name's Majella Ross. I'm a proud Bonoba woman from Fitzroy Crossing, but I live in Broome.
My name is Freedom. I'm part of Walmajari, and I'm from Broome.
Wonderful, thank you.
My name's Izzy. I'm Walmajari in Yama, and I'm from Broome.
Thank you.
What were you saying?
I'm just coming to remind y'all we got this ticket giveaway. Now I want to see who's been in the chat. If you've been in the chat, write what I told you to write the first time. I told y'all. What that? Oh yeah. Oh, 62K. Clap it up, chat. Yeah, clap it up for yourselves.
I'm just saying, bro.
I want y'all to type in what I told you to. There you go. Some of y'all got it.
Oh my bread.
Some of y'all got it. I just want to see who's still rocking out with us. I just want to see who's still rocking out with us. So now I'm about to have another code word for y'all. So we have one for Indiana. Now we need one for OKC. So what nickname should we have in the chat? SGA, is that fair? We got the 2 point guards. So put SGA in the chat if you want these tickets.
Shit like that.
Put SGA in the chat if you want these
Don
tickets.
DeMarco.
There we go.
Shit like that.
Yeah, put SGA in the chat if you want these tickets. Cause now y'all better keep notes.
But we gotta make sure people are in Indy though.
Huh?
We gotta make sure people are in Indiana. Doesn't matter. Wait, somebody's gonna get there?
Yeah, bro. Hey, chat, if I give you tickets, you gonna figure out a way to get to Indiana? Let me hear you, chat. If we give away these tickets, y'all gonna figure out a way to get to Indiana? Oh, somebody said I'm close. Oh, okay.
It's tomorrow. They capping.
I'm in Indiana. Okay.
They said they'll fly.
They'll fly. Okay, that's what.
All right, so we gotta choose somebody in the chat. We got 2 tickets.
We got 2 tickets.
All right.
2 tickets. I'm gonna come
Okay.
back. I'm gonna come back when y'all
All
ready.
right. Yo, we got. Give me an 11-minute timer, please, because we're gonna finish up current events. Okay, guys. We're gonna finish up current event, and then we're gonna run to our C frame or the end of the stream. Okay, guys. Thank you for rocking out with me. Shout out everybody on X. Shout out everybody. Why am I calling it X? Shout out everybody on Twitter or X. Yada yada yada. Shout out everybody on Twitch if you've been tuning in this whole time. All right, let's get to it. This tweet right here was, I think it just, yeah. I'd be having to check myself from becoming desensitized to seeing.
Can I please ask your name and your language group?
Literally blown to pieces every single day. We can't normalize this. You're absolutely right, man. Free all the Palestinian children. Free all the Israeli children, bro. Real talk when it comes to them hostages, man. It's crazy.
I could tell you about the Titanic. I could tell you about all these other ships that were considered important, but I couldn't name one of those.
One of 12,000.
That didn't feel right to me. So that's the first stat. The second one, and this is the one that sits heaviest on my heart, I learned that there were 1.8 million Africans who died just in the crossing from Africa to the Americas. Wow. We're not talking about the number of people who died once they arrived and were enslaved.
This is crazy, yo.
Transition.
I didn't know it was 1.8 million people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was like, where the memorial? Who's honoring that enormous loss of life? I was like, there are chapters of history that are just missing.
Bruh.
So
She said 1.8 million Africans died on their way to America, bro. 1.8 million Africans, million humans, 1.8 million humans. That's why it's free Sudan. That's why it's free Congo. That's why it's free all these oppressed communities, bro. What the 1.8 million people are in the ocean? That's what you're telling me? It's insane. That's a heavy truth, y'all. You know how many generations of people that is? Man, I honor all their transitions. You know, God, please honor all their transitions. Like, this is the crazy part, you guys. It's just the crazy part. I'm sorry. Don't let me. It's just crazy, you guys.
this work felt really important to me to be a part of.
Imam Omar Suleiman. This hand will testify on the day of judgment. The U.S. has now single-handedly vetoed a Gaza ceasefire resolution at the UN 5 times. Historically, more than half of the U.S.'s Security Council vetoes have been used to protect Israel from accountability. Yeah, I'm going to need somebody on stream to explain this. Real talk. I'm going to need to get somebody on stream. Hopefully, I could get a politician or somebody that I trust to talk about this because this is crazy. Like, I need somebody to explain this to me. I have to.